Very famous one.
Warna kesukaan saya itu biru. So yeah, it actually works really well.
And I'm still wearing it until now. It's what is it? It's the fabric is good.
I
want to use it.
Nyaman.
Yeah, guys use it a lot of times actually.
Yeah, I do. But I wash it a lot, I promise. Saya berjanji.
Yeah, but rightly so.
I think I have it. Where is it? I want to show it.
Anita is finding it.
I'm trying to find it. I don't want to lose it. Where is it now? It's somewhere.
Anita should have used that one. You should have used that one.
Yeah, I should. I miss wearing that in a formal situation. I use it for sleeping now.
Too honest. You're too honest, Kak.
Yes. We have some student here.
Hello everyone.
Hello, Mr.
Selamat malam dari Melbourne semuanya.
Oh yes.
Is it starting in YouTube now or still?
It is starting in YouTube.
Oh wow. Okay, I'll check. Oh yeah, it is.
Yes. Oh, I see some of my students. Hello, Lucky, Tria.
Hello, Miss.
Hello, Miss.
Oh, Miss Anita, you're teaching English then. Anita.
You can.
But why?
Anita. Huh?
But why in Karawang, Miss?
Oh, it's the magic of online life.
Oh, the magic of online.
Yeah. So I found a job in LinkedIn.
Interesting.
So that's why I'm working in Karawang, even though I'm in South Kalimantan right now.
So hello guys. Hello. Sorry for bothering your country.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. So we're going to start in 2 minutes, I reckon, in 15:05. But it's already on YouTube for the streaming. So I'm going to. So we have already recorded videos of introduction. So we're going to have that at the beginning, and then your session will be presented. That's cool.
Okay.
Yep. Baiklah.
Thank you.
So a lot more people will join in the Zoom.
Yes, more people. People is coming right now. I see. So we need to. Yeah, they are in waiting room. So
okay.
Okay. Okay, I think we're starting right now. So, hello everyone. Selamat sore, selamat malam untuk Angus in Melbourne. Selamat datang, welcome in our English Festival. Thank you for joining. So, today we're going to have a sharing session with Angus and Cesare, so we call him Chas. So thank you, Chas, and also Angus for your time to join our event today. So before we start, I want to hear some introduction from you. So yeah.
Okay. Should I or Gus starts first?
Yeah, you first because
okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so hello everyone in Zoom and YouTube. So my name is Nemi Cesare Valentino Rikers, and you can call me Cesare or just simply Ces. And I am from Bekasi, West Java, so near Karawang, I suppose. Not that near, but yeah, quite close. So yeah, I'm 24 years old and I graduated from Universitas Diponegoro in international relations. And in the presentation in my sharing session later, I will tell you more about my journey. So yeah, stay tuned and feel free to open up your camera if you're feeling comfortable because I would really glad to know who are you. Okay, here she is. Okay, hi Tria. I really want to know more of you guys. Thank you very much, and over to you, Angus.
Yes, well, hello everyone, and nice to meet you, Ches. Now we've actually known each other for a while. So yes, my name's Angus, but you can call me Gus. And yeah, it's my absolute pleasure to be here today. This is my first time being part of an English festival, so it's really fun and an exciting opportunity for me. So just some quick background. I'll go into a bit more background when I give my presentation di dalam bahasa Indonesia ya. But I graduated from the University of Melbourne last year, and I graduated with majors in politics, international studies, and Indonesian studies. So with my Indonesian studies, that was both learning the language and studying masyarakat Indonesia, Indonesian society. And currently, like Ches, I am doing the Australia-Indonesia Youth Exchange Program, as you can see above our heads. And it has really been a fantastic opportunity. It's one of the opportunities that has really brought me here today. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to talking with you all and yeah, learning more about kind of bahasa Inggris di dalam masyarakat Indonesia. And yeah, hopefully within my presentation, itu tidak terlalu membosankan ya. Hopefully it's engaging, and yeah, I look forward to the Q&A and look forward to talking with you all.
Okay, thank you, Chas and Gus. Let's call it Gus. So yeah, everyone, Chas and Gus is from Australia Indonesia Youth Exchange Program. So today they are going to talk also about the program and also about learning language, because Angus here, he can speak Indonesia well, ya. Dia bisa berbicara bahasa Indonesia. Jadi kita sama-sama belajar. Kita belajar bahasa Inggris. Angus juga belajar bahasa Indonesia. So yeah, I hope you can ask question anytime. If you have any question, you can put it in chat box, and later on you can ask directly. Jadi teman-teman yang ada di Zoom hari ini maupun yang ada di YouTube, boleh banget tanya, ada pertanyaan silahkan diketik, atau kalian bisa open kamera karena nanti ada sedikit door prize nih buat teman-teman yang berani tanya langsung ke Angus pakai bahasa Inggris ya. Jadi buat teman-teman yang mau dapat hadiah, persiapkan pertanyaannya dari sekarang. So without further ado, I give the time and place for Chas and Angus. Please give applause, everyone. Give your reaction. Yay!
Thank you for that introduction. Yeah, Angus. So, what should we do first?
Shall I share the Menti?
Can you share screen now?
Yes. Okay, everyone. So this is just a general introduction, just so we can get a bit more familiar with you all. So we have a Menti here. So if you can see just at the top there, maybe you can try and use your phone. Just type into your browser Menti, and then there should be a link there. And then there's a code on the top right-hand side there. And if you put that in, you should be taken to this little thing here where you'll be able to put some answers in. And with this first answer here, Chaz and I would love to know how you would rate your English skills. Be honest, there's if I was asked to rate my bahasa Indonesia, I would say I would want to improve. So don't feel bad about putting that down. This is a very the fact that you're all learning English is amazing in of itself. So would love to kind of know how you're feeling about it at the moment. And yeah, so I think this would be a nice start.
Yep. So everyone should go to www.menti.com, and over there you will find that you need to type in the code, and then you can just type the code over there, 8047222, and then just fill in this simple question, which is to rate your English skill. So is it fluent? Oh, someone
we got a first
already
one.
answered.
Yes.
Yep.
Bagus.
Who is that? That's great. Yeah. So fluent means that you are well able to
Lancar.
understand. Yep, lancar, and you can speak very very clearly. Not very clear, but yeah, you're fluent means that you understand and also you can speak it. In the middle, this one, the person that choose it is good but not quite fluent. Means that probably you understand, but if you're need to speak English, it's quite hard for you. So probably that's the middle one. And the last one, you want to improve. Yeah, it's simply in anything, in reading, in listening, in speaking skills, anything in English. So yeah, you should go to the Menti. Go ahead and fill the poll. Can everyone access it?
Or if you want, you can just
Okay.
leave your answers in the chat if you think that.
Oh
be a
yeah,
bit easier.
that could work too. That could work too. I think we need to go. I'll type in the chat again.
Oh, we got two. We got two now.
Oh, we
That's
got two
good.
now.
We got three.
Oh, three. Well, everyone's answering the middle.
Everyone's good.
Everyone's good. That's nice. Yeah, go ahead and I put it in the chat box again for those of you that just came in. So yeah, good, but not quite fluent. So yeah, then it's good then, because people here then understand English quite fairly. Yeah, then another one wants to improve. Okay,
Orang
that's
jujur.
nice. Yep. We've got an honest one over
That's
here.
good. I like that.
Okay, we can keep answering, keep filling the poll. I see people that are still trying to join, actually. It's a lot of people flooding in. Could the people in the YouTube actually join as well? I think so.
They should be able to see the code and Menti at the top.
Yeah,
So I
they
think
should
that is
be,
still possible.
Yeah,
No, but we need to drop the code on the chat box of YouTube. They cannot see.
Yeah, that should.
Maybe just put.
I can copy it.
Yeah, put it in the chat box in YouTube as well, because we want to see all of them filling the poll. It's actually just a general question to know our audience. We're not gonna judge you guys.
We're not. There's no judgment here.
No judgment at all. Okay.
Ooh, orang lancar.
Yeah, there's someone fluent here. I think it's Miss
Yes, did you
Anita
vote?
answering. No, it's Miss Anita. No, I didn't vote.
I think he voted.
No. Why would I? Why should I? Yeah, anyway, really appreciate also some people turning on the camera. Thank you very much. Nice to know you all. And yeah, for those of you joining, you can turn on your camera if you're comfortable. And we're doing the poll over here. And actually, it's already representing almost a half, I think, Gus, of the people here.
Yeah.
It's 10 already. Yeah. So I think we can get a general idea. Oh, there's another one. The general idea is people are good, but not quite fluent.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Give it a couple more seconds and we might move on to the next question. There's two questions.
Yeah, another one. So they can stay in this code, right? So they don't need to...
So they will be able to, so we can go back and forth. So we might jump to the next question now.
Yeah,
which
okay.
is, can I do it? Question mark. There we go.
Yep.
Okay, so the link is still the same. And this time we want some kind of responses from everyone. So what are the key things you'd like to learn today? Because if there's anything that is brought up that Jez and I have perhaps not prepared, perhaps later with our little conversational question time, we can definitely think of some responses. So
we'll do it candidly.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, anyone, you can put it in Bahasa Inggris or Bahasa Indonesia would be fine, because Angus here can understand Indonesia. So if you want to type in, if you want to type in like what do you want to? Okay, there we go. There we have one. Yeah, you can say that you want to improve your English, or just specify it. Probably you want to know more about Australia. You want to know more about how to speak English, probably. So that's one of the main concerns, I think, for Indonesians, which is to speak it, because I think Indonesian actually understand English, but it's hard for them to speak it. So there's someone that said love.
Whoever said love, that's beautiful. I love that.
Everything is love. It depends on how you see it.
Australian accent. Oh.
Australian accent. Gus, someone is putting someone's putting a pressure on you. Oh, interestingly, someone said pronunciation.
That's a very good one. Yeah.
Really good. Oh,
yeah, we'll definitely talk about more of that later. But yeah, pronunciation. This is even like with learning Indonesian. There are different sounds for different phrases or different sets of words. For example, in Indonesian, there's a heavy emphasis on R. And it takes a while for a lot of English speakers to kind of improve that. It took me a few years for me to roll my R's. And in English, for example, this is a funny story. One of my friends, he used to study Indonesian in high school, and he told me, I asked him, do you remember any Indonesian? And he told me, oh yeah, I remember Selamat Datang. And I'm like, what did you say?
Selamat Datang. What is that?
Yes, I don't know. He tried to say Selamat Datang, so I was very disappointed in him.
But it also applies to Indonesian trying to learn English, actually, Gus, because our R is very strong. So Indonesian accent, you can sense that our R is really strong when we say you are, like we don't say you are or something like the Australian or English accent, but the R is very strong, something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Some of the other things we got, more vocabulary. Yes. Can I just say, everyone who's here, hopefully this little session does help improve and expand your vocabulary, especially with some Australian slang. I'm sure Chez is going to ask me a lot about Australian slang.
Yeah, that will be very interesting.
And to give it in an Australian accent, just to me.
Yeah, you can pitch in some Australian accent over there. And tips and tricks to get youth exchange program, that could work as well. From my presentation, I put something in there. So hopefully you have a question also if I miss something. Good at communicating. Do you have any idea on that, Gus?
Oh, well, everyone wants to be good at communicating, but I think definitely in the context of bilingual communication, I think that's something that's very important, especially for memperbaiki hubungan internasional. So I'd love to kind of talk about it a little bit later during question time, but how I find that there's a lot of a lot more Indonesians learn about English than perhaps Australians learn about Indonesian. So I'd love to kind of like get people's feelings on that later on, because I think that it's very important. Like if it were up to me, I would mandate, I would make it a law that everyone has to learn at least 2 languages. Just to improve because it's not only good it's not only good for your mind, for your cognitive ability, but also for just improving yourself as like a person who's very intercultural and like respectful of other cultures. I think it's very important.
Yep. And yeah, I think part of communication is also understanding languages between each other. And yeah, and we will see how important that is in our presentation. So everyone, if you still want to put in the Menti, you can also put it. But I think
Okay,
we
I'll
can.
keep the results.
Yeah, you can keep the results, and yeah, we can start with our sharing session. Okay, I think I will start here. I see that a lot of people is already joining. And hello, if you're just joined. So grateful that you are here. Okay, let me share my screen now. Okay, tell me if you can see it. Give a thumbs up in your reaction, please, if you can see it. Is it visible? Oh yeah, there's someone giving the love. Okay, now, so thank you very much, everyone, for putting in the Menti, and I will give a quick sharing session about the importance of learning languages. And hopefully, you can also interact in the chat box because I really want to know your some of your thoughts in my presentation as well. So my presentation is titled about importance of learning languages because even though this is an English event, I believe that me and Gus actually agrees about the importance of learning language, not just English, and we'll talk about that more. But the proof that Gus also learns about Bahasa Indonesia is actually showcased how the importance of language is. So yeah, I will start by telling everyone that yeah, this is my English journey. So as you can see in this, you might already see the pictures and you might know who they are. So in starting from junior high school, I'm already quite fluent, but it's not that. Uh, yeah, so I'm not that fluent actually in elementary and junior high, but I got improvements through something that is quite unusual, which is music and watching videos. If you can see that in this picture, I in junior high school I listened a lot to Jason Mraz. I believe that some of you already know about Jason Mraz. Jason Mraz is one of the most famous in at least when I'm in junior high school. And this other guy in the bottom one, this is PewDiePie, and I watch him a lot. And he's actually Swedish, so he doesn't speak much English back then. But I learned a lot of English because of him, because his English ability is quite similar with us because he's not that fluent as well. But that's why it's makes it really easy to understand. So yeah, it's not that I got English, from school only, but I got it from reading. I got it from games as well because I remember that in the past I have a PlayStation, and all the games is usually based on English, and I need to understand the instructions. I need to understand, what the games want me to do. That's where I learn as well. So videos, which is PewDiePie, gaming videos, movies and music. And I believe a lot of people here not only listen to Indonesian music and Korean music because Korean pop is very popular in Indonesia, but yeah, music in English is also helping you to to understand what the artist is trying to sing about, and that is one way to learn about English. So what I'm trying to say here is that I don't start by having 100 in every exam of English. So it's not that I'm book smart ever since I begin studying English. So it has a lot of things that has influence in my English. And the next thing is that yep, in university the journey actually got more serious. And in the left there, in holding the placard of Indonesia, and also as you can see here, there's me in the in the right side of the picture. It's in the London International Model United Nations. So what I can share is that it's a model United Nations. If you haven't heard it, it's a simulation of a model United Nations meeting. So there is a topic, and you are representing a country, and then you will speak English on behalf of your country about a topic. So in starting in Model United Nations, I learned more about speaking English. But bear in mind, everyone, that every time I need to speak, I have to have a script ready. So I have to read it word per word. So I started in that level where I cannot speak entirely. If I don't read, then I cannot speak English entirely. So that is the level that I start speaking English. But as you can see here, and when I'm standing in front of you or sitting in front of you, I can speak without script. So English speaking is a skill. It is not a talent at all. You're not born with it, except that you are born outside of. I mean, even if you're Australian or English, you still need to learn about speaking English and public speaking, everything. You still need to learn about that. So that's why I say that I can say with full confidence that English is not a talent. Speaking English is not a talent. It is a skill that you need to practice and practice all over again. And in university, this is what I learned. This is what I got is that through Model United Nations and through university, I learned international relations. That's where I improved my English to a whole new level. And yeah, oh, sorry, I forgot actually. Yeah. So can you guess, after I learned about international relations, where do I work? Can anyone guess? I think you can already guess here. So where do I work? What kind of job do I do after I graduate? Anyone can put it in the chat box. Oh, coach bulu tangkis. Wow, that is interesting. It's not bulu tangkis actually, but yeah, that's a good guess, guys, because Indonesia is famous for bulu tangkis. But no, yeah, you're right, half right, because I am a football coach. After I graduate, I I figured out that I want to try to become a football coach. I am curious about soccer. I want to learn about whether it's possible for me to become a football coach. And where did that lead me to? This program, Arsenal and Save the Children, and it's called Coaching for Life. And what's interesting is that even though I'm working as a football coach, I still have to use my English skill. So can you imagine that a football coach is actually very physical. You just need to do physical stuff. You need to coach your children, tell them about when to attack, when to defend. But still, I still need English ability because, as you can see, Arsenal is a club from London, from United Kingdom, and I need to meet with them weekly, every week, every Wednesday. I meet with the coach over there and tell them and report to them what happens here in Indonesia. So even though I am working in a place that is, I'm not a diplomat, I'm not working in foreign ministry, Kementerian Luar Negeri, or Kementerian Ekonomi, or I'm not working in Shopee, Tokopedia, or any kinds of unicorn, it's still needed. English ability is still needed. So wherever I go, I find that English is important. And yeah, after I graduate, this is the program that I'm doing right now. I don't have Gus picture over here because this is all the Indonesian delegate. And yeah, as you can see, I'm part of the Australia-Indonesia Youth Exchange Program. And that is where I meet Gus and I meet a lot of friends in Indonesian delegate. So Australia-Indonesia Youth Exchange Program, if you don't know, is a program from Kemenpora or Ministry of Youth and Sports. And they are doing this exchange between youth in Indonesia and youth in Australia. And me and Gus is the two people in this program. And yeah, in this program, this why I am chosen is also because of my English ability. So that's why I believe that I'm here in this program also because I'm able to speak English. And as you can see, it's not a talent that I'm born with. I actually need to practice a lot to get here. And I'm thankful that I am chosen in the Australia Indonesia Youth Exchange Program because I met not only Gus, my counterpart, but also a lot of friends from other province that are they are very bright. They are young and bright and teach me a lot of things, and I'm thankful to be a part of them. And this is all because of my English. So another thing, I also speak at TEDx Undip. If you know that TED Talks in Indonesia, in globally actually internationally, TEDx is recognized to speak about something, about an idea. And yeah, I am invited to be speaking on TEDx Undip in my university about my coaching experience. And I also speak in FIFA fan movement. So it is a community of football fans from all over the world, and I am asked to present my coaching, my job in Jakarta, which is to coach football in local communities. And this is all happens because I can speak English, and I'm very thankful to be chosen. I'm very thankful for all the opportunities, but it's not. Please, everyone, please understand that I am not bragging here. I'm not saying to you that, oh yeah, Cesare done this, Cesare done that, but this is not about me at all. This is about your English ability and the importance of it, about why you need to start learning about any language. Actually, if you like Korea, just go for it. If you like watching Korean drama or Chinese drama, Thailand drama, go for it. But here's my experience, and it's all because of language that I learned. And yeah, lastly, this is my main point. If you can understand one thing from this presentation of mine, is that language is a gateway, or adalah gerbang untuk a lot of things, untuk membuka jalan kemanapun. So what I'm saying, if you can understand one thing from my presentation, is that language is a gateway. It will open up a lot of opportunities for you. So don't forget that it is a skill, and also it is a skill that you need to learn. You need to practice. You cannot just say that, oh yeah, I don't speak English quite well. You need to study. That's why you need to practice, and you need to start. Right? You don't need to wait for 2022 and put on a New Year's resolution for that. You can start actually right now. You can start tomorrow. So there's time waits for no one. So that's why I say that it is important. It is for you. And lastly, it's about pertukaran pemuda antar negara that I said it's from the Kemenpora. So the selection is actually from if you are in Jawa Barat and you are studying in Karawang, so probably a lot of you is from Jawa Barat. It's like me, I'm from Bekasi. So if you are from Jawa Barat and you want to be selected as a youth exchange program, so there's Singapore, there's Australia, there's also Japan, and also Korea. There's a lot of opportunity, and including this one, you need to be selected. If you want to join the selection, it will be available next year, and I can provide you more information later. If you can actually stay connected with me, follow me on Instagram or LinkedIn, and if there is other questions about selection in West Java, I will inform you later. Because there's a lot of details that I need to tell, and it will be not boring, but there's a lot of details there. So I will just tell you directly, or if you're interested. So the person that says that tips and trick to get selected in youth exchange, then I will tell you. If you stay connected with me, just follow my Instagram or LinkedIn. And yeah, thank you very much. And I will hand it over to Gus now to continue the presentation. And actually, before that, I want to also say my greetings to the docent or lecturer here. Thank you very much for attending this, and thank you for inviting me and Gus. It's an honor actually for me and Gus. Thank you very much. And Gus, over to you.
Okay, that was a fantastic presentation. Now it's time for the boring presentation. That is mine.
Gus is always humble bragging.
No. We're going to be talking a little bit tata bahasa ya, so it'll be a good time. It'll be fun. Lebih membosankan. So, Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera semuanya. Selamat malam dari Melbourne. Nama saya Angus, dan bagi presentasi saya saya sebetulnya ingin berbicara tadi dalam bahasa Indonesia supaya menunjukkan kehormatanku untuk bahasa dan budaya Indonesia. Akan tetapi saya masih percaya bahwa keterampilan bahasa saya terbatas dan tidak begitu lancar ya, sehingga silakan maafkanku jika ada kebingungan atau error dalam pidato saya. Juga sebelum saya bermulai, ada tradisi Australia yang saya ingin lakukan di dalam bahasa Inggris, di mana I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians and elders of both Australia and Indonesia, past, present, and future. And in particular, I would like to acknowledge and pay my respects to the Wurundjeri people, who are the traditional owners of the land where I now give my speech, and I pay my respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. Baiklah, so perkenalkan kecil tentangku. Jadi saya, as I said, saya belajar bahasa Indonesia selama 9 tahun. Saya bermulai di SMR dan saya kuliah di Universitas Melbourne antara 2018 dan 2020. Baik belajar politik hubungan internasional maupun kajian Indonesia. Sebenarnya sebelum mulai pandemi, saya dapat kuliah di Universitas Udayana selama sebulan untuk pelajaran intensif yang diatur oleh Universitas Udayana dan Universitas Melbourne. Di foto ini saya di Candi Bekasi di Denpasar yang pengalaman budaya hebat, sehingga di foto saya senang sekali. Dan juga pada masa depan saya tertarik akan berturut pendidikanku dengan belajar Masters Hubungan Internasional. Dan saat ini saya melaksanakan program AYAP, itu Australia Indonesia Youth Exchange Program, di mana kita belajar tentang interaksi antar budaya dan bertemu dengan orang dan ahli seluruh Indonesia dan Australia. Saya juga ditawarkan kesempatan internship di IndoSpeak yang menyediakan penerjemahan dan penafsiran bahasa Inggris dan Indonesia, dan lagi pula pengalaman ini menunjukkanku dimensi baru dengan penerjemahan antar budaya Australia Indonesia. Jadi pengalaman saya dengan bahasa Inggris. Jadi saya berlahir di Melbourne dan selalu berbicara bahasa Inggris baik formal maupun informal, dan saya juga mengerti dan bisa menjelaskan bahasa gaul, saya kira. Saya sudah belajar sastra Inggris di SMA, itu tingkat Inggris yang paling tinggi yang ditawarkan oleh sistem pendidikan SMR di Australia. Kita belajar tentang puisi Inggris, teks Inggris yang sangat tua seperti Candide or Optimism yang ditulis pada abad ke-18, dan kita juga belajar sastra Australia yang modern seperti Dark Roots yang ditulis oleh Kate Kennedy. Dan saya sudah menyelesaikan Bachelor of Arts di Universitas Melbourne, dan tentu saja ada ekspektasi bahasa Inggris yang tinggi sekali, ya, terutama ketika menulis ujian atau karangan, ya. Sekarang saya ingin berbicara tentang kesamaan dan perbedaan utama antara bahasa Inggris dan Indonesia menurut pendapat saya. Jadi kesamaan pertama alfabet, ya. Baik bahasa Inggris maupun bahasa Indonesia bagikan alfabet sama. Akan tetapi bagi bahasa Indonesia tidak ada kata pun yang bermulai dengan huruf X misalnya, sehingga dapat dikatakan bahwa keduanya bahasa menggunakan alfabet secara berbeda. Dan kesamaan kedua, arti kata berubah dengan keadaan, ya. Akan tetapi bahasanya punya cara berbeda untuk mencapai ini. Misalnya, dan ini terkait dengan perbedaan di bawah tentang tata bahasa, menurut pendapat saya arti kata Indonesia berubah utama dengan tata bahasa seperti prefix, suffix, dan lain-lain, dan mereka juga berubah dengan keadaan atau konteks. Sedangkan di dalam bahasa Inggris, saya rasa seorang arti kata berubah utama dengan konteks, sambil juga berubah dengan tata bahasa. Misalnya, kata Inggris untuk mata adalah eye, and while an eye is a literal eye, to eye something berarti bahwa Anda menonton atau mengurus objek atau orang. Dan selain ini, kalau seorang berkata, I have my eye on you, dan itu berarti dia menontonmu langsung dan tidak langsung. Dan perbedaan utama pertama adalah tata bahasa, ya. Ada contoh saya berikan, tapi itu membosankan. akan tetapi ada kesamaan dengan fakta bahwa tata bahasa sering diabaikan oleh pembicara Inggris dan Indonesia. Tapi saya berpikir bahwa ketika tata bahasa Inggris tidak diikuti, kalimat terdengar kacau atau aneh, ya. Dan menurut pembicaraan dengan mahasiswa Indonesia yang belajar bahasa Inggris, tata bahasa dan bentuk kata yang berubah membuatkan bahasa Inggris cukup sulit untuk belajar, ya. There's actually a pretty funny English joke. I find it funny, at least, and that is it is knock knock, who's there? To who? No, it's to whom. That's just an example of where English can get a little bit confusing, how there can be one word which means something, but then there's a particular word for a particular context. So mudah-mudahan itu tidak terlalu membosankan. Dan perbedaan lain adalah fokus aktif dan pasif, ya. Dan perbedaan ini berasal dari budaya kita berbeda. Dan Australia adalah masyarakat yang lebih individualis, ya, daripada masyarakat kolektif. Sedangkan Indonesia adalah masyarakat yang lebih kolektif. Sehingga walaupun banyak warga Australia berbicara secara suara aktif, di Indonesia ada banyak konteks di mana itu tidak tepat, ya. Lagi pula di dalam bahasa Inggris sering cukup canggung untuk berbicara secara pasif. Misalnya, buku ini saya sudah baca. Itu kalimat lengkap, sedangkan di dalam bahasa Inggris penerjemahan terbaik adalah this book, I already read it. Tapi penerjemahan ini mengubahkan nada kalimat, ya, sehingga lebih baik berkata I already read the book. Dan dengan titik akhir, dengan proses menulis di universitas, terutama di Bachelor of Arts, ya, bahasa Inggris lebih baik dengan menulis secara ekspresif. It's a very expressive language. Sambil bahasa Indonesia lebih baik ketika menulis ringkas. So, while it's very important to be expressive within Indonesian with your words, generally what happens in my experience is if you write like longer form sentences dalam bahasa Indonesia, it begins to sound a bit rambly or a bit awkward. So it's generally better to make it a bit more concise. Dan dosen dan tutor politik selalu menekankan kepentingan untuk menulis secara ekspresif dan kreatif, sedangkan dosen dan tutor juga bahasa Indonesia dosen dan tutor bahasa Inggris, dosen dan tutor bahasa Indonesia juga menekankan kepentingan untuk menulis secara ekspresif dan kreatif, akan tetapi juga sangat penting untuk menulis ringkas supaya kalimat tidak terdengar kacau. Jadi, now that the boring part's over, pada hari ini tema utama adalah English Unites Us. Dan walaupun ini benar bagi saya harus juga berbicara tentang bahasa Indonesia sebagai jembatan persatuan, like a bridge of unification, or like very much a uniting force. Dan tidak dapat disangkal bahwa bahasa Indonesia adalah jembatan persatuan yang memastikan kerjasama dan koordinasi seluruh 200 kelompok etnis dan 15.000 pulau. Dan aspek lain yang baik, bahasa Indonesia adalah bahasa yang saling melengkapi. Bagi saya, fenomena ini adalah aspek yang membuat Indonesia sangat istimewa. Dan bahasa Inggris dalam banyak negara adalah hanya faktor. So, in many societies, English is just a fact of life. It's always been present. It's not necessarily kind of special. For example, it's just always been there. Whereas with bahasa was mengembangkan oleh gerakan kemerdekaan, and just it was a collaborative process across everyone within Indonesia. Walaupun penting untuk mengendalikan bahasa Inggris adalah jembatan bahasa internasional, juga penting untuk mengetahui peran istimewa yang dilakukan oleh bahasa Indonesia dan bahasa pada umumnya, ya. Saya juga ingin berbicara cepat tentang kesempatan pendidikan di Australia. So, karena baru-baru ini penggerahan Australia terbuka untuk mahasiswa internasional, dan walaupun saya tidak begitu mengetahui tentang kesempatan khusus bagi mahasiswa sehat atau teknologi, saya juga menyadari daerah ini sangat penting untuk pemerintah nasional dan pemerintah daerah Australia karena dampak pandemi, sehingga saya memberikan beberapa link untuk membantu kita mencari kursus atau program yang cocok bagi Anda, dan tentu saja akan ada lebih banyak program pada masa depan karena tuntutan tinggi sekali untuk sektor ini. Dan selain ini, saya juga menyarankan program IELTS tentu saja, dan walaupun proses aplikasi berbeda di Australia dan Indonesia, menurut pendapat saya, program ini salah satu cara terbaik untuk mempelajari pekerjaan pasar antara Australia dan Indonesia dan belajar bahasa Inggris. Ya, kita selalu diperkenalkan ahli pada bidang bermacam, dan ini termasuk bidang sehat dan teknologi. Dan akhirnya, saya juga berbicara tentang ayah. Ini jaringan orang yang tertarik akan Indonesia ataupun hubungan Australia-Indonesia, dan ayah terdiri dari orang seluruh negaranya dan bidang pekerjaan bermacam, sehingga itu metode efektif untuk network dan memperluas pengetahuanmu tentang Australia-Indonesia dan kesempatan pembelajaran terkait. Dan pada kesimpulannya, hopefully I haven't been too boring so far, but pada kesimpulannya, and I would like to speak in English for this bit just so I can be very, very clear. The main takeaways that I hope you've gotten from Ches and I's presentation today are some of these key things. So first of all, learning any language, it's very important to know that learning any language, whether it's English, Korean, Japanese, Chinese, or Indonesian, it very much opens up opportunities for you. And especially when you're a student kind of studying health and technology, and considering the impact of the pandemic and demonstrating the vital importance of these sectors, there are so many emerging opportunities within these areas, and having bilingual language skills will definitely improve your employability. And I can speak for Ches and myself here, and that neither of us would probably be talking with you today, and we definitely probably wouldn't have been a part of the IEP program if we hadn't chosen to commit ourselves to learning a different language. So learning another language sangat berguna, tentu saja. Second of all, and this was on the boring topic of grammar, Indonesian and English, while there are differences, while there are a lot of differences, there are definitely similarities which make it an easier language combination. So in comparison to learning Chinese, for example, you don't have to learn about characters. So in terms of getting involved with from English to Indonesian and Indonesian to English, it's a much easier way to kind of start off with learning a different language. And I always tell myself that taking those first few steps is very easy compared to becoming fluent or very good with a foreign language. So just take your time and don't fear judgment. I know that when I speak Indonesian, I fear judgment, but I tell myself, jangan khawatir, and just always remind yourself that the mere fact that you're trying to learn a language is amazing in of itself. So congratulations to everyone here. And thirdly, while the theme today is that English unites us, never forget too that Bahasa Indonesia is also has been a very important uniting force, both within and outside of Indonesia. It's one of the main reasons I'm here today. And from all my studies, I feel that Bahasa Indonesia is quite simply an amazing achievement on behalf of all Indonesians. So never stop being proud of your national language. And I guess my final closing point, and one that Ches stole from me, nakal, is that language, is that it's very good to think of language not just as learning a language, but to think of it as a batu loncatan, yeah, as a gateway or a stepping stone to learning about different areas, so learning about different cultures, different histories, and overall just becoming a better global citizen. So on that note, wassalamualaikum dan makasih atas perhatian semuanya. Terima kasih atas perhatianmu dan semoga sukses dengan kajianmu.
Okay,
Amazing.
wow, but that's not boring at all. Itu tidak membosankan sama sekali. Like there's a lot of information that even as Indonesian we do not know about Indonesian language. So thank you guys for the information. And Chas, I really like your point about where you share when you share your job right now. That's like the emphasis of this, like whatever your job later on in the future, whether you are a nurse or you are a tech guy. So most of the students are technology student here.
Yep.
English will be useful, right? Anywhere.
It is.
Yeah,
Anywhere.
so anywhere. Even right now, the opportunity is open wide with the online live metaverse. So yeah, that's the thing. Okay, so let's go to our question and answer session. Before I read some question in the chat box, even some student chat me already, like personally asking about the opportunity to go Australia, to go abroad. I would like to give opportunity for the student here who want to ask directly, who want to open their mic. Anyone want to try?
I already saw somebody in the chat and answered a bit actually. And don't forget, Miss Anita, after the question and answer, we have a quiz. So don't go anywhere.
Wow. Can I join?
Yeah, of course, but we don't give any gifts to Miss Anita.
Okay.
I really wanted to give gifts, and then Ches said no. So.
Oh, you're putting me there. You're putting me there,
Yes.
guys. Thank you. Okay, yeah. Anyone wants to ask a question?
Yeah, I see some name here. Fentry.
Wulan and sorry, yeah, Wulan and who is it? Oh yeah, Intan actually asked the question.
Intan, would you like to ask directly? Intan?
It's okay if you wanna use bahasa as well.
Yes.
But try use English.
Of course. Intan.
Yeah, Miss.
Yay, that's my student. Okay. Yes, please, Intan. Do you want to ask question?
Yeah.
Please unmute now. Intan, do you want to ask question?
Or anyone actually, not just
or anyone.
Yeah, but actually we can just discuss something about
Question.
the question that Intan and what is it?
Wulan.
Siti. Oh no, Wulan.
Yes.
What the questions that they have is actually the questions that we prepared as well for me and Gus to discuss, casual conversation between us. So I actually want to ask Gus because, like I said, a lot of Indonesian, banyak orang Indonesia understands English, but they are afraid to speak it, and they are afraid of the judgment. And usually, it's not the bule or the foreign people that are judging English, the English ability of Indonesians, but Indonesians themselves, being grammar Nazi, correcting people here and there. So I want to know from Gus' perspective, like, is it bothering you when you hear Indonesian speaking, but the grammar is not correct and the way that they say things is not quite English? So is it really bothering to you, about this, about grammar errors and everything?
Not really at all. No. I think that it's a very interesting thing because generally when you tend to speak a language that's not your native language, you do fear judgment, and especially in certain contexts or situations, you fear being misinterpreted or being judged for that. Like I know that there are certain Indonesian words, for example, that have very specific meanings, and if you say them in the wrong context, it could be like it could create awkward situations. And English is kind of like that as well. Whereas if you say like a certain word in a certain context, you'd probably get a couple of people looking at you. But no, for me, like throughout the entire IELTS program, for example, like I've just been amazed by the English ability of all the Indonesian delegates. And even when I went to Universitas Udayana di Denpasar, I was just amazed at like the English ability of the students there. So just know that English is a difficult language. Any like language is difficult to kind of become fluent or to master. But it's through kind of just speaking it and making mistakes. That's where people can kind of help you. I remember Ches and I, we recently did or we tried to at least an all Indonesian discussion. And I tried my best. And I know that with some of my Indonesian, I tend to fall back on a lot of the same phrases. So I'm trying to kind of diversify or kind of expand my vocabulary in that sense. But yeah, to go back to your original question, I think anyone who understands like how daunting it is to learn a new language, they're not going to judge you for speaking. And if anything, I even remember one of the Australian delegates recently gave a speech at the Australian consulate in Melbourne. The Indonesian consulate in Melbourne, maaf. And he has spoken Indonesian for about 2 months. He's been learning Indonesian for 2 months. And he gave a speech that was majority in Indonesian. And that to me was actually amazing. And of course, there were bits in it where it was a very literal translation. And like I said, it was very kind of bloaty. It was very kind of like a lot of fluff is what we like to say. Whereas it could have been made much more concise, and that would have worked much better within Bahasa. But the mere fact that he tried just like amazed me. So yeah, I personally will never judge anyone who speaks English as a second language and tries to communicate with English. If you make a mistake, like that's fine, because we will be able to understand you. We will be able to get the gist, the main meaning. So no judgment.
Actually, Pa Imam here actually put it perfectly. Actually, we use language to communicate, not giving score. So that's why we need to. I really agree. Adding to your point, Gus, and also Pa Imam, is that this is also a problem of confidence, a problem of mindset. When we are speaking and then we make mistakes and people correct us, probably people will be people. But for us, we can just be. We can just improve from there. Not when we are being criticized about our grammar or anything, don't take it like, okay, I will not just speak again on English, being afraid of making that mistakes. But for me and Gus, our suggestions is that make more mistakes so in the future, because life is a constant learning. So it's better for you to learn now. And that's why I say that it's a matter of confidence, it's a matter of mindset for English students to, all of us are English students. I mean, for us to learn more is that to make more mistakes. And Miss Anita also added that point, is that in this online format, we can learn from anywhere, I think. And I added in the chat box as also that if you're watching Netflix, you like that, you put in the English subtitle, you can learn from there. You can learn new vocabularies. You can learn how to create words in terms of movies. You can also learn from songs. You can also learn from games if you like. So me and Gus also love games, and there are instructions in games, and you need to understand the instructions to make the games more clear. So that's why everywhere you can actually learn in the spiritual format. So yeah,
can I also just add as well? I've been told that President Jokowi actually speaks very, very good English, but apparently he doesn't like to speak it. Like, he prefers to speak Indonesian, and while I think that there is an aspect that he wants to speak Bahasa because he wants to represent Indonesia, I think that there is potentially like some of that nervousness, like you'd rather speak a language that you'd kind of prefer. So it's very natural to be nervous about kind of speaking a second language or a foreign language. But yeah, just remember that most environments you will go into, especially like a with like a program like IEP, or even if you get involved with like Aya, for example, especially with Aya, they have sessions where they have vocabulary grammar sessions where they can help improve your for English speakers, they can help improve Bahasa, and for Bahasa speakers they can improve English. So it's there are so many spaces that you can go to that are very inclusive, and most importantly aren't judgmental. So it's very so while it's very natural to kind of be nervous, overcoming that nervousness and kind of like willing to put yourself out there is very important. So jangan khawatir, never be nervous.
Yeah, so I think in this English event they will be also announcing an English club. Am I not mistaken? If I'm not mistaken, so yeah, the English club. I also am active. I was active in university in an English club, and that is where my English grows. We talk actually, my grammar is really butchering the English language, but that is where I improve. Like it's also where you improve is where you have this group of people that are always supporting and not judging. That is where we can improve. And yeah, that is why we are happy to know that your place is also having an English club. And yeah, Anissa and Intan, saying that their grammar is not good enough, and in Twitter a lot of people criticizing grammar. It's okay. Like I said, it's your point of view, it's your mindset. You can be hurt or you can improve. People will always do that. I don't think people will stop doing that. So it's your perspective to do that.
And from my perspective as well, never kind of, especially with judgment on social media, especially on platforms like Facebook or Twitter, like if someone sends like a comment about your grammar, like they don't understand, these people do not know you, they don't understand that it's perhaps a second language to you. So never take that kind of never take that criticism personally. And yeah, especially with like social media, like just trying to think like it doesn't matter. It's like that these criticisms don't make me who I am. So yeah, always. So, and I guess, Ches, with kind of moving on from that question, from the perspective of like what I kind of think about Indonesian speaking English, I'm actually very, very curious to know, and this is a question for everyone, so feel free to leave your answers in the chat. But from my experience, there's actually like a lot more Indonesians than who can speak English than there are Australians, for example, who can speak Bahasa. And in fact, Bahasa studies are actually on the decline in Australia, despite the fact that our relations are inevitably going to become much, much more stronger in the future. And despite the fact that we're very close international neighbors. So I'm actually very curious to know like how you kind of feel about this, Ches, and everyone else. How, like, do you feel like, do you feel disrespected at all that while so many Indonesians are willing to learn about English, but there's kind of like that feeling isn't really reciprocated in Australia, where people just don't want to learn Bahasa? Like, I'd love to hear your opinions on that.
Yeah, I think in my own perspective, that is actually a really hard and good question, actually. So yeah, I'm actually never thought of it that way, in a way that Australians not learning and declining interest in learning Bahasa Indonesia, even though we are close neighbors. So I don't take it personally or feel disrespectful at all. But to be honest, it's quite a no-brainer, and I think you will agree here, Gus. As we are really close neighbors, and we don't actually have the best relationship in everything. In history can tell you that about SBY, and also the tragedy that happened in Bali. So it's not the best kind of relationship, but through all of that, even IEP is still going on. Even Jokowi and Prime Minister Scott Morrison also meets more times than other state leaders. So it shows that even through all the hard times, Indonesia and Australia stay strong. So what I think is that it's just a matter of time. What I think, and I want to give it time. I want to be patient to see that more people like Gus here learning bahasa Indonesia and connecting to youth in Indonesia more. And that's what I want to see, what I love to see. And also that's what, what I dream about, talking with Australian people in Bahasa Indonesia, even giving speeches in Bahasa Indonesia. And that is what you saw also in the Indonesian Consulate General. And that is what I really love to see. And that's why what I want to say, what I want to say is that I want to give it time. And there's no rush, there's no deadline in this. So I don't feel any disrespect at all. I think I want to know, Miss Anita, as someone that also involved in IEP, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I think I got a question from the student about IEP more. So maybe I
Okay.
will expand a little bit about IEP.
Okay.
IEP is they ask, they are a health student, can they join? Yes, you can join. So
You can.
IEP is open for all of Indonesian youth from age 20 until 25, right? So I went to IEP when I was 22. So yeah, everyone can join. All of the students of STIKES and STIMIC Karawang can join. Yes, some of them pharmacists. Yes, I have friend also pharmacist from pharmacist, so you can join. And I think what you said, Gus, I had this discussion when I was in IEP, because I teach in school, right? When I was in Melbourne, I teach in school. I teach bahasa in school, and I asked the student, junior high school, senior high school student, kenapa kamu mau belajar bahasa Indonesia? Dan mereka jawab, kita tuh tetangga paling dekat. So we are very close neighbor, and they said that, oh, if there is something wrong with Australia, I will move directly to Indonesia. We're very close, and it's take like Melbourne to Jakarta to Melbourne, it's only 8 hours. So they said like, oh yeah, that's the perspective. And most of my friends in IEP, they also speak Indonesia. I think only 2 of them who cannot speak Indonesia. And when we stayed in desa, they speak very well. At first, we were very worried because our desa was very religious and remote. We have flute every day at 12 o'clock in the noon. We have flute, so it's really remote. We were worried about the Australian delegates before, but then they can handle it well. So I want to say that it's also about the communication that we talked about before, like Pak Imam said. It's not about the language, but it's the way you communicate it. Jadi grammarnya salah, mereka salah pronunciation bahasa Indonesianya di desa, dan it's okay, nggak apa-apa gitu. Jadi teman-teman ini juga nggak apa-apa kalau ngomong bahasa Inggrisnya masih salah-salah, it's okay. I always tell my student that it is okay to make mistake because it is not our mother language, right?
It is not.
It's even our second language, not our. It's even foreign language for Indonesian. We learn it as a TOEFL. Teaching English a foreign language, not second language, as an education in Indonesia. So it's really all right. I always encourage my student to just talk in English. So yeah, that's the
Miss Anita doing the hard work and convincing the students to make mistakes.
Yes, that's why. And because Chas already mentioned about English club and how it also gives you opportunity to learn. How about you guys? Do you have like Indonesian club when you were at school?
Yeah.
Yes, there was Indonesian clubs like the Universitas. I tried to attend events, but especially when the pandemic hit, it just became very difficult to attend events. And I live quite far from my university, so oftentimes I had to kind of juggle study and going to events. But yeah, at many universities they do have like clubs. So like they have an Indonesian club, they have a French club, they have all these different clubs for different languages. But also, like, as I said before, like Aya offers like a lot of language sessions to help you improve. I haven't had a chance to go to one of the Aya language sessions yet, but hopefully in the future I can go. But yeah, it's language clubs especially are very good because they're a very non-judgmental area, because everyone who's at these meetings, they want to learn more, they want to improve their bahasa saja. And yeah, so it definitely would like a language club, and especially like this English club that's been built, like it's just a fantastic idea.
So yeah, Miss Anita, I have one last question, and I think we can go to our quiz for Gus. This is a question about why do you want to learn Bahasa Indonesia, and I think you can answer, from why you start, and also right now after you are fluent, like, do you feel like it is a skill that is valuable and everything, just explain to us.
Tidak begitu lancar, ya.
Everyone here can judge you and they will say that you are very good in Bahasa Indonesia.
Okay.
Insanely good.
Please give reaction if you think that Angus Bahasa Indonesia bagus. Kasih reaksi kalau kalian setuju Bahasa Indonesianya Angus bagus.
Yeah. Oh, no one's giving reaction. Oh no.
Oh my God. Insecurity.
Bye. Sampai jumpa.
No, we got two.
Very good.
Okay.
But yeah, just to answer that question, it's actually it's a fantastic question, because when I studied Bahasa, I studied in the equivalent of in junior high school in Indonesia. So for me, it was year 7 in the Australian high school system. And basically how they do it is in year 7, it's compulsory for you to learn all like 4 different languages. And then it's the next year where you can elect to do, where you have to do 2 languages, I believe. And then you have a chance in senior high school whether you want to continue. And I always just wanted to do a language because I thought it would be interesting. And especially kind of like learning more about like the food. The food was a very big motivating factor. But yeah, by the time I got to university, because some of my Indonesian teachers in SMA streng sekali, they were very, very strict. But by the time I got to university, like I really it's really at that point where I started to learn more about Indonesian history, culture, and politics. And especially because I was majoring in politics, international studies, that kind of combination in my degree, it was probably one of the best combinations and probably the most underrated combinations of like university degrees that you can undertake, just because Indonesia's history is so fascinating, from the Majapahit Empire to the colonial period, and then everything that happened after the colonial period, during the Orde Baru and then the Era Reformasi. It's so very interesting, and to kind of look at it from how Indonesia, the language, has kind of evolved during all of this time. It's kind of like as Ches and I said before, learning Indonesia was very much a gateway for me. It got me learning about Indonesian history, Indonesian culture, and Indonesian politics. And by the time I started learning more intensely about Indonesian history, culture, and politics, I became just hooked on it. Like, it was to me so fascinating. And especially from like an Australian perspective, like not a lot of people really like study this area. And it's really sad in a way, because it is such a rewarding experience. And there are like even historical links between Australia and Indonesia, like even more modern links. Like in 1945, I believe, I think the Australian government was one of the first governments in the world to recognize Indonesian independence. And yeah, the relationship since has been, as you said, Ches, it has had its ups and downs. And a lot of Australia-Indonesian scholars have noticed that it's like it does go like up and down. Like you have really high points and then you have low points. But I like to hope now that, especially after the like the free trade agreement has been made in pada bulan Juni pada tahun lalu saya kira.
Tahun lalu,
Yeah, it was like that kind of is like a big step in the right direction. But this is just my personal opinion. I do think that the government will have to engage much more in the Indo-Pacific, particularly, and especially with Indonesia, because this is interesting because it kind of goes back to language. There's almost like a nervousness of the government to kind of expand into this area. So what they do is they like to reinforce their alliances with Amerika Serikat atau UK, yeah. And what we really need to do to make ourselves give us like better diplomatic power and give us a better diplomatic presence within the Indo-Pacific is to actually reinforce our alliances with Indonesia and other international neighbors within the Indo-Pacific. So I hope that answered your question.
Amazing. Yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, we understand that we are actually, every time I heard about it, I'm really flattered to find someone, from Australia, and the foreign student, find Indonesia's history fascinating. So it's really a praise for me.
Oh,
and
thank you.
I'm sure Miss Anita will agree as well. So yeah,
I do. I was shocked when I teach in Melbourne. Like the student in senior high school, they can speak Indonesia. I was like, what? And they know like the history of Indonesia. I was like, what? You learn about our history. It was nice. And yeah, it's also fun to learn Australian history. It's a long history also. So yeah, Chas and Gus, now we kind of in a time right now, so can we go to the quiz? I'm really curious about that.
Let's go.
Let's go to the quiz, everyone.
Miss Anita, you cannot answer the quiz, I think, because
you
will know the answer. Okay, let's play Gus and Chess English quiz. So everyone from YouTube or in the Zoom chat, please answer your question. Answer these questions, okay? Because I think Miss Anita will prepare something. All right.
Yes. We talk with Mr. Imam also here. He already provide like big thing for this.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see Mr. Imam right now.
Okay, so we'll start our quiz. Okay, so the rules are simple. It's just there are multiple choice quiz or true or false questions. So just put in the chat box whether you're in YouTube or Zoom, and then which one do you think is correct, and then to make it fun, don't use Google. So, make it surprising. Okay. So yeah, everyone's ready.
With some of the answers, Google will not save you.
Hopefully though, maybe if they dig enough, they will find it. Oh yeah, but we have two questions that are not in Google. Anyway, let's go. Everyone ready? So let's put it in the chat box. Okay. Okay, this is the first one. Which ancient language provided the largest inspiration in the English language? So from all these ancient language, which one do you think is inspiring to English language? Is it A, ancient Roman, ancient Greek for B, Armenian for C, or D, Latin language? So everyone, please put in the chat box which one do you think is the right answer. I think we only give 30 seconds each, okay? For each question. I will time it now. Everyone put in the answer and you will learn.
Different answer here.
Oh, different answers. Nice.
Oh. ABCD, nice.
Everyone's answering differently.
Okay, anyone want to try more?
Let's go. And by the way, keep your own points, okay? Which how many answers do you get right? How many answers do you get wrong? And then we will find who is the one that have the most points. Okay, let's find out the answer. No one wants to answer again? Let's see in the YouTube. Everyone see. I want to see the YouTube.
Oh, the YouTube. There's someone answer D, Latin.
Oh, okay. D. Okay, interesting. Gus, you want to announce the answer?
The answer is D.
The
It is Latin.
Yes, it is Latin.
So approximately 60% of the English language is derived from Latin. And considering also ancient Greek is probably the second most influential because approximately I think it's about 90% of scientific terms in the English language are derived from Latin and ancient Greek. So it's a lot of inspiration there.
It's like, I think science and something like that, it's from Latin.
And law,
right?
law as well. Law uses a lot of Latin, like like mens rea. A lot of other legal terms are in Latin.
Okay, interesting. Let's go to the next question. Everyone, be ready to answer first, because so everyone will see that you are the one answering first. Next question. Okay, this is interesting. How many countries use English as their official language? Is it 65, 66, 67, or 68? Type in your guess. I think you need to guess for this one because it's all quite close.
Ooh.
Maybe someone can count, starting from United Kingdom, Scotland, Ireland.
Until tomorrow,
Until tomorrow.
Until tomorrow.
There's a lot actually, yeah.
Okay.
That's why if you learn English, then it will be, you can go anywhere probably.
Okay.
Let's see.
Try to answer A. Do we have
65.
other answer? Yeah.
Other answers. Just guess. Don't Google.
Oh, someone in YouTube answer D, 68.
68. Okay. Intan answer 67 then. B. 67B.
Okay. Who want to try to answer C? We don't have it yet.
We have a lot of guesses here. So yeah, this is good questions then, because we have them guessing. Let's go. Just guess your answers. Okay, past the 30 seconds mark.
Okay.
Gus, you want to answer? You want to announce it?
That's my job now. It is B, 67. Yay.
67. Okay.
Yay, Intan.
Yeah, well done, Intan.
Intan, you got the right
Intan
answer.
and Ventrio, neck and neck.
Okay, 67. There's a lot of countries.
Yes.
What is surprising actually from here, Gus? Is Malta probably?
I actually didn't know that there were that many countries where English.
It is that many,
yeah. It's quite a bit.
Quite a lot, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
you read the question now.
I'm reading the next. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, this is for you.
Ooh, okay.
So yes, this is where Google will not help you.
Yep.
What is my favorite word in Bahasa Indonesia?
Oh, can you?
Is it
can you
A,
say all,
nongkrong, B, politikus, C, mager, or D, galau?
Oh,
my counterpart favorite word in Indonesia is sepupu.
Oh, that's nice.
Sepupu. Oh, yeah.
She was like, "Wow, that's amazing word." I was like, "No, it's like
someone said lusa because English don't have that. Lusa is day after tomorrow.
Lusa.
Yeah, we have that, which is lusa. Okay, someone answered mager, someone answered galau, someone answered nongkrong.
I love all these words, by the way, but there is a favorite.
Si mager.
Someone is sent me the direct message. Yeah, Chika answer B.
Oh, B, politikus. Okay, what about the YouTube? Anyone answering in YouTube? This was very interesting. Not yet. Okay.
Oh, by the way, we have almost 300 people watching in YouTube.
Wow, thank you very much.
No.
Oh no.
Anyway,
everyone will know your favorite word now, Gus.
Yeah.
300 of Indonesian people.
Yeah, it's gonna go.
You want me to announce it?
Yeah, if you want. I could give some justification.
So Angus' favorite word in Bahasa Indonesia is politikus.
Politikus.
Yay!
Why is it? Why is it your
Yeah.
favorite, Gus? Why is it your favorite?
It is my favorite word because I first learned about the word politicus, and I told myself this is a very simple translation from politician to politicus. It's very simple.
Very
and
simple.
then within the same day, a few hours later, I learned that ticus means rat. And I thought that's just so funny. That's my favorite Indonesian word.
It is really funny, and also it's unintentional, I think.
It's
But
unintentionally funny, but it is
Unintentionally
funny.
unintentionally intentional, I think, about politicians.
This is-
Anyway, congratulations.
Examples like this of why I love Bahasa Indonesia.
Yeah, congratulations for those who answered B. Anyway, next question, Gus, still you.
Now, this is interesting. What is the most commonly used English noun? So we have A, year, B, thing, C, people, or D, time.
So
All of these
noun-
words are used a lot, and they're within
Yeah.
the top 10 of the most commonly used English nouns.
Okay. So noun means benda ya
Yeah.
in bahasa. Benda. So year, people, thing, and time is noun in English. And which one is the most used? Yep. Just answer. Give your thoughts or give your guess. And to be honest, I won't give any hints because Gus already asked me of this, and I say the wrong thing. I answered it
Oh, actually-
incorrectly.
I could give a
Actually-
big hint, but I'm not.
Actually-
I'm not going to give a big hint.
Actually, Miss
I
Miss
could.
Anita, I want to know, Miss Anita, which one do you guess? Which one will you answer?
I think thing.
Thing. Okay, that's interesting.
It's like
Okay, okay.
something. and
Yeah,
we can use it in different word.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so a lot of people answered B, D, oh B. Yeah, a lot of people answered B, I think. Yeah, there you go.
Wow,
May,
many people
Miss
answered.
People are following Miss Anita's answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the pressure on me now.
The pressure's on you. Yeah. People made sense as well. People, but I don't know.
Some
People is
people.
not. I don't know. Some people over there.
Yeah, like people is like those people. People are talking about this.
But I don't. Definitely is not year. I think definitely not year. We don't use that one. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Are we ready to announce?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go.
So the correct
The
answer
most
is
is
time.
yeah.
Yay.
It's time.
It's time.
So
Wait, it's C. I thought it was D. Cheers.
Oh, sorry. Oh no, I made a mistake.
You get the points.
But
You
guys-
get the points. Everyone who chose C and D
what
gets
is
the
time?
points.
What is it's
Oh,
in
time is D. Sorry. I made a mistake here.
D. Oh, tria.
It's D. It's D.
Everyone wins.
Everyone wins.
But yes,
But-
time is the first. Year is actually the second most used noun. I'm pretty
Wow.
sure.
Year.
Thing is number 7,
Okay.
and people is number 4, I think.
wow. I don't know why people use year that much. I mean, why?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
I think
kinda weird.
This year.
Yeah. Could
Yeah,
be, could
like
be.
for kind of like planning and
Planning.
just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about like last year or a few years ago, like just
Yeah.
kind of using it in that context. Yeah, it's
Mm.
generally a measurement that's used a lot.
Okay. Anyway, next question. Okay, this is also about Angus. So if Angus can travel anywhere in Indonesia, where will he go? A,
This
Bekasi.
Wow, this
B.
is interesting.
B, Bali, C, Jakarta, or D, anywhere as long as it's in Indonesia.
Wow, everyone like answering B.
Oh, everyone answering B because
But
Hey,
I'll tell you what, I want to visit. I want to visit all over Indonesia. Like I want to go to every single island, but especially with this program, it's convinced me I want to go to one particular place.
one
Oh,
particular
I know the
place.
answer.
One- Oh, I just gave the answer to you. Or did
No,
I?
people are already locking in their answers.
Yeah. Last night I was talking with my counterpart, and she was like so happy because the border is open now, and she said like, "Oh, I will visit your city."
Oh. Angus, come along. Let's go.
Okay.
Anyway,
Get over.
let's go. Let's announce it.
The answer
And
is
is-
Bekasi.
Yeah.
Yay. See?
Now, you
Because
need
I have to
it.
visit.
Rika. Oh,
You
Fentry
need-
first. Fentry.
Angus, we have Bali and Jakarta. Why do you choose Bekasi? Please explain.
Well, because Ches is forcing me to no, because I do, because there's so much around Bekasi, and I love its number one, Ches is in Bekasi, and I really want to meet with Ches and drink some avocado juice alpukat. That's on the bucket list. But also just because I find it fascinating how it's the city in the middle of nowhere. Like I love that reputation it has. But at the same time, like I'd love to visit Bali again. I want to go to Jakarta at some point. I think that would be an interesting experience. But at the same time, like anywhere in Indonesia, like I would be happy to go to.
I think you said that you wanted to go to Kalimantan as well because of the capital city moving there.
Yeah, in the next few years, or in the next
Yeah.
decade, actually. Yeah, that would be because apparently, the inspiration for the new capital city is actually Canberra, which is the ibu kota Australia. So yeah, it's actually quite interesting. So hopefully the city doesn't turn out to be as boring as Canberra.
Oh, yes. You know what?
Canberra is notorious.
Fun fact, I live like only 5 hours from the capital city.
Oh, really?
Next capital city. Yeah, I will be
Oh.
your here.
Yeah, Miss Anita will be there. Still, there's still a question. Oh, this will be fun. I want to know whether people know about this. So there's a bird that cannot fly but can run really fast, and you can only find this bird in Australia. And what is it? So is it A, Australia? Oh no, I
No,
screwed
this
up
is
again.
good because
No,
this is an additional challenge. We've got which one is an ostrich? So there's
Oh,
there's
yeah,
a trick answer.
No.
Or is the
I
answer
forgot.
even ostrich? You never know.
No. This is a mistake. But D should be
with Angus.
it's D should be peacock. Sorry, D should be peacock. But it doesn't. It's you saw the picture, okay? So you can differentiate. So there's an ostrich, an emu, a gala, or not an ostrich, but a peacock. Oh, where did I put ostrich?
It's a very interesting subspecies of ostrich called peacock.
Oh my god, I messed up a lot in sorry. Anyway, put in your guess. What is it? I think this one is really easy for people, and this is really fun as well. So yeah,
The answer now.
yep, let's go. Oh,
Yep,
someone
so the
answered
answer-
A. Someone answered A. So the answer is
Emu B.
it is emu. Look at that.
Yeah.
It stares at your soul.
There's big old E.
Have you
Yes,
ever saw one?
lovely.
Have you ever saw one, Gus?
Yes, and they you got to be careful not to get too close to them because they're kind of like an ostrich in a way. They have very, very long necks, so you can get very close to one and then be like, "Oh, you have food." And just kind of grabs at it. Like if you look up some videos on,
Anything?
they eat anything, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're like
Also-
monyet, yeah.
It's omnivore then. I mean, they eat meat as well.
Yes, I think so. I think they're omnivores.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
then.
they do stare into your
Next
soul.
question. This one is easy.
Oh,
I mean, you
is it
can just say true or false. Okay. English is the most widely spoken language in the world. Is it true, or is it?
Or are we
is it
tricking
false?
you? Hmm.
Or are we trying to lie to you? Is it true or not? This one you just need to say whether it's true or not. And also fun fact. Oh, I won't give any fun fact here. It will give away the answer. Anyway, the previous one where in the noun I answered thing as well, Miss Anita. So I thought it's thing.
Mm.
I also thought the same with you. Like I thought, things, something. So we use thing as a lot, but turns out it's wrong.
Maybe
Anyway.
I actually thought it was.
fun.
I thought it was thing as well because thing.
Yeah.
I think the way they judged it is they used thing by itself instead
Oh.
of like incorporating it as part of other words.
Something.
Because in that case, yeah, if like something was included, then definitely, like,
Definitely,
there's one
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
All right, I think
So-
that's some answers. Everyone thinks it's true.
Everybody. No one
Is it
says it's
true?
false. But is it? Gus, do you want to
Is it
announce
true?
is it?
Well, it is false. It is false, unfortunately.
This is counterproductive to us introducing about English.
Introducing.
English is not the most widely spoken language in the world.
It is the most popular language across across countries.
Countries,
I
yeah.
believe. So like the 67 countries that have English as its main language, that makes like English the most widely kind of accepted nationally speaking. But actually the most widely spoken language is Mandarin, is Chinese.
Yes.
Yep. Mandarin is the most widely spoken, and probably also because of the population of China
Yes.
itself,
Yes,
and
definitely.
also a lot of people living in China outside of the China itself. So that's why Mandarin is the most widely spoken language in the whole world. Next, oh, this one.
This question got me initially.
let's see whether people guess it right. So what
Because
is
there's
Australia's national sport?
There's an answer I want it to be, but unfortunately it's a different answer. So
Yeah.
the potential answers are Australian rules football, aka AFL. Then we have
AFL.
soccer or football,
Or footy?
but rugby, and then we have cricket.
Okay, we see cricket, we see C as well, rugby.
Mm.
We see a lot of people saying rugby. And yeah, rugby and Australian rules football actually use the same kind of football, but they have
It's
different
very-
rules.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird. It feels like there should only be one in Australia, but it's as rugby is like such a popular international sport that like Australia just adopted it.
But yeah, everyone should know that Australian rules football is a sport that Australia invented themselves, and the field is bigger than a football field or a soccer field. I think it's twice as big. It's really huge.
Yeah, I think we looked at English football. We said that's not football. This is
That's
football,
all.
and we called football soccer just to annoy the English.
Really annoying. But and I saw in YouTube as well. Australian rules football is very physical. It is like very, very physical, and
Yeah,
that's why a lot of people playing that is very muscular.
Yeah, I think as well, like, this is just my personal opinion, but with rugby, like Australian rules football, there's a lot more kind of tactics, whereas rugby, that's just nothing but physicality and just tackling people. Whereas Australian rules football, it's
Okay.
like, it does get physical, yeah. But yes,
Let's go. What is the answer?
the answer is cricket. Unfortunately, it's cricket. I wanted it to be Australian rules football, but it's not.
It should be A, but it's not.
It should be A,
I don't
but
know why
not.
it's not. Anyway, I think we have one last question. No, this one. Yeah, I think this is the last question.
Oh yeah.
What do Australians usually use avocado for?
This is the first culture shock that I got when I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's mine as well. It's mine as well, Miss Anita. So what do they actually use that for? You know, whether
Oh, everyone's thinking sandwich spread.
avocado juice, sandwich spread, just eating the fruit, and Australians don't like avocados that much. Actually, all answers is possible here.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Sometimes we just grow avocados at the farm, and we're just like, no, we don't want them, so we just
No, we don't want that.
So we just send them to Indonesia.
So what did they use it for? So we see all kinds of answers actually. Someone answered that they just eat the fruit. Someone answered B a lot, but no one answered D. Because Gus gave it away.
I think your trick failed.
Failed. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, let's see the answer. What is the answer?
Yeah.
Yes,
It's sandwich
it is.
bread.
Sandwich bread. So the culture shock is that Australians never ever tried avocado juice. Never.
No.
They don't.
It'd be really
And-
interesting to try it though.
Miss Anita, is it your culture shock is eating avocado inside the sandwich?
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
I
okay.
was surprised, but then I figured out I know why. It's different avocado with Indonesian avocado. Like Australian avocado is more buttery.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah,
Right?
definitely.
So
they add a lot of things as well, yeah, and on top of
Yeah.
that, or salt and pepper, something like that.
Salt and pepper, eggs. We love to put eggs
Yes.
on top.
Anyway, it turns out we have another question that is actually kinds of goodbye. What is the word
Oh.
goodbye comes from? It comes from the old English expression of what? Is it
So is
A, God be with you, and B,
Good to see you.
and C,
Good to be with you.
or D, until next time?
Until next time.
Okay, let's see. What do you guess before we say goodbye for real? Okay, someone answered good to see you. That is a good answer. Good to see you too for Pina, and Tria said good to be with you. And yeah, fun fact as well, I say the wrong things here. Miss Anita should know about this. We should see. Do you know Miss Anita?
yes,
Oh,
a
you
little bit
do?
typo. It's all right.
Okay.
Okay. Wow. So by the way, we have tied champion here.
Oh,
Fentry-
really?
Yes, Fentry and Intan. They have
Ooh.
3 points. So yeah, maybe this is like the last question. Fentry,
Fentry,
Intan.
you need to answer, Fentry. We don't see your answer.
Yeah.
Where's your
fight,
answer?
Intan. Also, Chika,
Okay.
Chika is if her answer is correct, she will get 2 points.
Oh, okay.
Fentry,
Okay.
where are you? Do you want to fight your last
Okay,
battle?
Fentry, where are you? Okay, we are going to announce it in
Oh, Fentry
3.
here.
Oh, Fentry already answered?
Yes,
Yep,
Fentry.
Fentry's answered.
Okay, Fentry answered B. Okay, the answer is.
God be with you.
Oh no! So Fentry or Intan, anyone
That means
answer
we've got 2
correctly?
winners, 2 prizes.
Oh, we
Yeah,
have 2
prizes,
winners.
Mr. Imam.
So yeah, the correct answer is
Oh,
God be with
Gina.
you.
Okay.
No worries, no worries.
Don't worry.
Okay, I think yeah, that's all from our Goose and Chaz quiz. Very
Fun
fun
time
to make
quiz.
this. Yeah, we love this making this quiz actually. It's a fun learning experience for us as well. And yeah, that's all from me and Goose. So we go back to Miss Anita. Is it picture time?
Oh, not yet. I have one quiz for Gus. It's special, Gus. Can you guess where is it? Can you guess where is it? This is the picture I took with my friend. So
I love this quiz.
yeah, this is in your city, by the way.
Woo!
Oh, is this in Australia?
It is. It is. in
It is.
Australia.
Oh my God.
It is in front of one of the important building that
Mm.
connect us,
Oh,
connect Indonesia and Australia.
okay.
What
So
is
it's
it,
not. It's not Sydney. It's not Melbourne. I'm gonna say Adelaide.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's in Melbourne. By the way, it's in Melbourne.
Oh, is it
Oh.
Melbourne?
Yeah, it's in Melbourne.
But where? Where exactly?
Where is it?
I've never seen that part of Melbourne.
Yeah. So you don't know the answer?
No.
Wow. So
I don't think I've seen that area.
wow, you should visit this after this. Yeah, you should send me a picture where you stand in front of this.
Yeah, you should send it to me too.
So this is the park in front of the General Consulate of Indonesia in Melbourne.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
There.
yeah, that's right. Oh, because it's St Kilda and near the beach. Oh, that's right. Oh,
So
Because
we took a picture before our first visit to Ongen in Melbourne. So,
Very fun.
oh, that's enough. Yeah, I think when some of the Melbourne delegates, we actually were able to get a picture outside the consulate. They just took us out back, and it's like, this entrance looks so much better than going in through the back.
Yeah.
So,
oh,
yeah.
if you go to the back, okay. You should take a picture in front of it.
In the front, yeah, it's where it's much more pretty.
Yes. So yeah, thank you very much, Chaz and Gus, for that's very fun quiz. I believe that everyone in YouTube and also in Zoom agree with that. So before we close the webinar, I would like to announce to all of the students and the participants that we open an English club. Yay! So Horizon Karawang now have an English club. You can join in our Facebook. Let me show you the Facebook page. So later on you can join. So this is the Facebook page. So every week there is a new post that you can answer. See, it's been we put like many things, so you can answer that. You can put comment, and later on we're going also to have like online and offline English club to help us to learn English even more. So yeah, so that's all for the webinar. I will give it back to Mr. Imam.
Okay, so thank you, Chas and Gus, and as well as Bu Anita for the webinar. It is very exciting and I think meaningful to our students as well. So thank you, many thanks for that. So, but before we're closing our session here, so we already have one more videos to be played. So please hang in there. So we already held the English competition, our internal English competition for our school for speakers and STEMI. So we are going to announce the winners for that competition. Okay, hang on.
This is so exciting because some of the participants do not know yet who is the winner. So yay!
And as well as we have a music performance. So one of our students is really talented in singing, especially in English language. So I would like to show it to our people as well.
Oh, maaf, Pak, I don't think there's any sound.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Share sound as well.
Yeah. Hang on. Yeah. I believe that sound here.
Okay guys, the first performance is solo singing by Nizar. Please welcome Nizar.
Great Big Bang and dinosaurs, fire rain and meteors, it's all in unfortunately. But you're gonna live forever in me, I guarantee. Just wait and see. Parts of me were made by you, and then I'd skip their distance to the moon caught a creep on the sea. And you're gonna lie forever in me, I guarantee it's your destiny. Life is full of sweet mistake, and love and hardness want to make. Same leave no fruit on the sea, but you're gonna live forever in me, I guarantee it's just meant to be. And when the pastor asked the pews for reason he can bear you, I'll keep it my word and my seed. But you're gonna live forever in me, I guarantee. Just wait and see. Big bang and then a surge, fire and meteors, it all in our personality, yeah. But you're gonna live forever in me, I guarantee. Just wait and see. Thank you.
That's a beautiful song. Great singing. That's right, Putri? Yes, right. Thank you, Nizar. Give applause for Nizar now. Okay, the next agenda is the competition. The competition is first public speaking, second spelling bee, and Scrabble. Please play the video.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Corruption is a popular word that everyone in this nation recognizes exactly what it means as well as how terrible it is. Corruption has actually ended up being the largest problem in our nation, Indonesia, that requires immediate activities. Our nation is compromised by it. It's like an infection which infects all fields in the federal government, justice, and also public service sector. Poverty and also social discrepancy are those of the result of the corruption. Loans that should be provided and erase poverty are corrupted for self-benefits of certain individuals. Justice that ought to rise up are corrupted for self-exemplary of certain persons. My friends, Also hard is there is KPK which bravely wiped out the corruption in this nation. We, a smart generation, shall avoid corruption occur in our future. Being truth is the secret. Do as well as talk with sincere will help us to keep our country from the risk of corruption. Corruption has to die. Thank you for your attention. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, bullying seems like a small problem for some people. Most people may not realize that the damage caused by bullying can be so serious. It can be as serious as that in the extreme cases. If you think that bullying is not a serious matter, it dealt with just because it merely hurt feelings, then I have to tell to you that you are completely wrong. This merely hurt your feelings. Things can be the beginning of various worse scenarios such as physical assault, suicide, or any other kinds of violent acts carried out in the name of right. During this time, the effect of bullying kept corrupting the soul of the victim. They may hold in the inside as a grudge, or they may also develop trauma which may result in self-withdrawal. I feel like there is something that we don't want to have to our children. That is why we have to act right now to stop it. And I mean of all us with no expectation. Thanks for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
C-R-I-M-A-L, criminal. S-T-O-R-A-G-E, storage. G-E-R-U-N-D, giraffe.
C-O-M-T-I-N-U-I, continue. L-I-A-F-I-N, C-O-L-L-I-G-E, college.
C-O-M-P-E-T-E-N-C-E, competence. L-E-A-R-N, learn. S-P-E-E-D, speed.
Abscess, A-B-S-C-E-S-S, abscess. Listen, L-I-S-T-E-N, listen. Billion, B-I-L-L-E-A-N, billion.
Example, E-X-A-M-P-L-E, Earth. E-E-R-R, picture. P-E-Z-T-U-R-E.
The winner, yeah! The winner of the public speaking competition is wow! Congratulations on your winner in the public speaking competition. Next, the winner of the spelling bee is cool, Putri. Congratulations. Next, the winner of the Scrabble is okay, we will say congratulations for all the winners of the competition. Next, show the English Club video launching. Please play the video. Wow, it's a good video, Putri. Here's come the ending. Hopefully, this event inspire you to love and learn English. Thank you so much for all your participation and attention, folks. Thank you.
Hi everybody, we are from English Club Horizon Karawang. Learn English together, speak English together,
Practice English together.
let's join us, see you there!
Assalamualaikum. Good afternoon.
Yes, that's all. So don't forget teman-teman di sini untuk for joining our English club. So it's officially launched and we're more than happy to have you in our club. Yes, Miss Anita, that's correct.
Yes, Mr. Imam, we love you to join us. There will be a lot of fun activity, and yeah, we're going to invite another native speaker, of course. Yeah, Mr. Imam.
Yes, and that's all I think for today, teman-teman. Thank you for joining our English festival, and see you on the next event by CSKL. Thank you. Terima kasih teman-teman di YouTube dan di Zoom. Thank you, and have a good day. Have a good weekend as well. Bye.
Bye bye everyone.